Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raka, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutation to the Yakim for sharing his truth in sincerity to the four corners of the earth, to the few aqua to listen and learning, being obedient to the husband. The brother Howard from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp, Trinidad. Back one other lesson through the spirit and power Yabashim Shai. A quick in transit through the spirit, basically a exhortation, you know, um, just meditating since last night, you know, on the afflictions, because within the truth, everybody always go through the affliction, everybody always go through the temptations, and headed on into the last days, you understand, these spirits gonna act up more. And how to apply scriptures. That's why scriptures say I'm gate first. Um just build more in the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6, and read, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And that is it. You understand? And we get this precept here, so you will understand that the instructions of the Lord, you understand, actually seals the fear, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 7. And it read, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. So once you instructing yourself by applying these precepts, you're living basically as everything that you read in your book you apply, not just by being a hearer, but you're being a doer. You understand? So when you go into the afflictions, as it say here, I'm gonna get in the blue letter Bible. So I'll go into this meaning, as it say here in the book of Second Timothy chapter 2. And let's build man. Alright, in verse 3, and it read Second Timothy 2 and verse 3, it said, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Bashim Shai. So clicking it here, interliner, and go down into the meaning, so you understand what we're going through. As it say here, I'm getting the right.
Strong's G 2553. Herkapatheo. Herkapatheo.
Yeah, so I put in the strongs and the outline of biblical use. It go down into to suffer, endure evil. So it say endure evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted. And that is it, right? It also say here in strong say endure hardness, suffer trouble, endure affliction, be afflicted. So when you come into this walk, as it say here, in the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13, it reads, it say, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in there thereat. So you understand that a lot of men choose the broad way because they can't go through the affliction, they can't go through the suffering. They don't have the spirit to endure, they don't have patience. And that is two-thirds fair. Two-thirds do not have patience. So that's why they go after the gods of this world, because the gods of this world please them in their wickedness. You understand? They could as they say, bless it and eat it. You know, the Lord he the what you say? hear the good, hear the no. I forget how they say it. Basically, um, he hear the sin. He don't hear the sin. I hear the sin or some kind of nonsense. So the Christians say, I understand, and that is wickedness. When they go to the scripture, it say not one jot or one tittle shall remove from the law. So what they're trying to say is basically, um, the Lord in vex with you if you commit sin. You understand? The Lord just hear the act of it. You understand? So let us show you that truth is in their wickedness, and they make it look like the Lord is not righteous in judgment. The Lord is just, letting slide. But they don't understand that the Lord is coming with vengeance, with fury, with anger, to plead with all flesh. That's why he's saying in the book of Revelation, um, 22. Let me see if I get that precept fast. I want to go down into the meaning of street to line back up with the angel. Revelation chapter 22, I think is verse 11. It say, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. And that is it. So, nothing new, nothing new under the sun. So these same spirit who being unjust, who being wicked, who being disobedient, you understand, who don't want to fear the Lord. This is the spirit upon them in these last days, and it actually enhanced because we are the end where the evils multiply. So you will see, these women bugging out. You will see two-thirds bugging out. Men who being amongst the body just so they start to bug out because the Bible speaking. You understand? Because all of them among us is not of us. You understand? They can't go through the affliction. They can't go through the suffering. You understand? They ain't calling upon the Lord. They like to call upon the Lord basically when they're going through hard times alone. Now when they're going through good times, they just in mood. And when they're in the shoot, a hard time, good time, every time you exalt Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. When they're going through your afflictions, it's to water Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. When they're going through your blessing, to water Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. Your name must always have, your mouth, Salakia, your mouth must always have the Lord name in it, calling upon him, on the Lord. Your tongue must be always calling upon Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. That is the things that we speaking. That is the name you have to be calling upon, and this is the name you have to be exalting and speaking about most of your time. Because as a prophet, you have to always be talking about the kingdom of heaven, talking about how excellent, how great, how amazing Yahweh Hashem Yoshai is, how merciful he is to have us in this beautiful, there's a yapad shoot. You understand? To have us rooted and grounded. So even when we're going through our affliction, we understand what we are going through. So I want to go down into the interliner and the word straight.
Strong's G 4728. Stenos. Stenos.
So it's a narrow, it's a straight. So basically, let me see if I get it in the online etymology. That's a bit, man. Online etymology. Right, bit, one second. Right, can. So I get it here in the online etymology. It's a narrow, confined space or place. It's a narrow pass or passage between hills. It's a reference to narrow passage of water. It's a connecting two larger bodies. All right, it's a narrow path. It's a let me see if I get any normal any normal Google search. It basically say narrow path. Let me see if I'll get back here. Let's be out more about share. So you understand that the affliction, the trials, whatever the Lord is putting us through, we have to grow through it. You understand? We cannot be basically weak or when affliction come up, you had faint, you had to show forth the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is upon you. Because as it say, arise and shine, for thy light is come. So this truth has come. The Lord is, bring back this truth unto us, you know, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Make us to be occupied in prophecy, you know, have us in the right spirit, in these last days to be diligent as it seems happening right now. Around the four corners of the earth, there's wars and rumors of wars. There's famines about to take place. The Lord is about to bring all hell upon this earth because it's the end of our rulership and the beginning of a new empire, of a new rulership with Jacob in rulership forever and ever, which is the elect, which is Yahweh Shimon Shai ruling with the elect. And the elect representing right now the kingdom of heaven as we go to the highways and byways and preach his gospel and show that agape to one another. Because Yahweh Shimon Shai always in the midst where two is gathered. So you understand that within the walk, you have to endure. So I want to go down into the meaning of soldier. I trying to get the meaning just now there on street, but I ain't getting it too much on it. So basically you understand that within the walk, every brother have to understand that, the Lord gonna test it as he tests Job. He tests a lot of the prophets and what they did. Like simple like Paul, you understand, going through his thorn in the flesh, you understand. But hey, we understand that hey, we done 10 toes in, you understand? So we ain't gonna you know give up or show no sign of weakness. We had to constantly endure because Yahweh Hashem Shai basically is on our side. So to be a king, it come like a training ground to master whatever talent or master whatever craft. You have to go through the training course. You have to go through the testing. You understand, to accomplish whatever it is at the end, to be successful at wherever you're training to be. So right now we in a training ground to be successful as kings, showing us with Yahweh Hashem Shai, or to be rewarded as king. You understand? So we had to go through the fire that's set before us. As it say in the book of Second Ezra 7, when they go down into the chapter in the verses, it say fire on one side, water on the other side, and just one man could have passed at a time. So every man had to work out their salvation with fear and trembling. You understand? So I want to go back into the Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 3, the Entalina. I go down into mean a soldier.
Strong's G 4757. Stratiotes. Stratiotes.
Right, it's a common soldier. It's a champion of the cause of Hamashiach. So basically he been, you know, a part of the Lord's army. All of us being mini Hawashais. So you've been a champion at it. That was saying you're striving for mastery. as you're fighting his flesh on a daily is a serious spiritual battle, you know. So we gotta constantly endure, because the times we're heading into, it's in light. This time we're heading into not light. So I'm gonna get this precept here. I'm gonna get any blue letter also. Blue letter Bible, first first Peter chapter 2, and let's be out, man. Right. This phone just acting up. Right. This is the book of First Peter chapter 2 verse 19, and it read it say, "For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience towards Yahweh Hashem Shai endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when you be buffed, yeah, what? That's about man, yeah, buffet for your faults, ye shall take it patiently. But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with Yahweh Shimon Shai." So, hey, being wrongly accused as Yahweh Shimon Shai, hey, the what should have did the Lord? You understand? They wrongly accuse the Lord, they lie against the Lord, they put the Lord to death because of his right, because of his righteousness. So what they're gonna do us anytime we're heading into it, done seeing the AIs, done, have Jakes, speaking and saying such things, and they ain't doing it. You understand? They never did that video before. They never say such thing. But they had the AI had a face and had him speaking. And this is the one of the lying wonders upon Esau and his witchcraft. You understand? So when you see all these things happening, you know that they're gonna use their AI to have the prophets say certain things and make us look like terrorists to throw us into prison. And all these things we supposed to, have our mind, done basically don't think and surpass that. Because understand this is the devil coming and we great right now that he have a short time. And we know that he gonna come behind the prophets of the Lord, coming behind the men who preaching and exalting the name of Yahweh Hashem Shai. You understand? Because as we understand, they gonna come for the men that sigh and cry. You understand? Because we alone sighing and crying because they about the abomination of this place. Tutors and complacent in this place. They don't care how it hang, how it swing. They want to continue in that spirit of being wicked, right? So we as men of the Lord in these last days, we are to show forth the glory upon us by always, you know, pushing righteousness, pushing forward in righteousness. So even if we suffer wrongfully, we hold the patience and we let that light shine by applying thus says Yahweh Hashem Shai. To put no words or no thought in your mind, the Lord going to pray what to say at that moment, at that time. So that why we hold our patience, we hold our tongue until the spirit of Kakwadash come upon us and make us speak, thus says the Lord. You understand? So let me see if I get an next precept and I'll close off. This is a quick precept, quick lesson to the spirit. Let's be out, man. Trying to multitask at the same time. So going on into the book of Second Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4, right? And it read, so that we let's see if I got read from verse 3. It say we are abound to thank Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai always for you, brethren, at it is meet, because that your faith groweth, groweth exceedingly, and the charity of every one of you all towards each other abideth, so that we ourselves glory in you in the churches of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai for your patience and faith in all your persecution and tribulation that ye endure. So, hey, this is a message going out to the churches, to the four corners of the earth right now. You understand? To endure, hold patience, hold your faith in persecution, in tribulation. It's in verse 5, it say, which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of Yahweh, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, for which ye also suffer, which ye also suffer. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai suffer, and the servant ain't greater than the master. And which way Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is right now. It speaks about it in Colossians 3 and 1 going down to verse 2 and 3. It talk about Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Well, Yahweh Shai is sitting on the right hand side of Yahweh. You understand? And that how we apply it is. You understand? That every man endure, you understand? And the tokens, which is the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna, get that penny. You understand? So we had to constantly endure, we had to show, you understand, that whoever the Lord bring unto us, we take it cheerfully. You understand? So when we going through this walk, there's no a it is like you're walking on moss. It's like you're walking on moss, but the Yahweh Hashem Yeshua alone is that rope where you can hold on to cross on the other side. You understand? Or even walking on a tightrope. So that how dread it is. So you gotta always keep your eyes single. It's in the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 22. Keep thy eyes single. So we as men of the Lord, we gotta always be constantly focused, constantly be as watchmen, giving report, being in a spirit of high alert. Because hey, the hour is coming. The devil know that he have a short time coming and with great wrath. And the Lord say he gonna start at his house first. So make sure that you are right in the sight of the Lord. Make sure you're not being a hypocrite. Make sure you're not being, offending less. Make sure you're not being, in a spirit of mirth. This is being a spirit of mourning. You understand? Being a spirit of calling upon the Lord and making his name mention to the four corners of the earth. Right? So let me see if I get this next precept here. There's a bit out, man, Babakusha. Right. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12, verse 20. There's a bit out, man. 12, verse 20. And it read, and I'll quote with this precept. It say, for they shall not endure that which shall last. No, this one is 12 and 7. Salat. This is the book of Hebrews 12 and verse 7. Say, if ye endure chastisement, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chastiseth not? But if he be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons? So, hey, the sons of Yahweh, actually, the sons of his own power, will go through the chastisement, will go through the temptation, as it say in the book of I think it's Ecclesiastes. Let's see if I get it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, say, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Roshai, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make no haste in time of trouble. And that is it. Don't make haste in time of trouble. Don't let your anxiety get the best of you. Don't let these spirits get the best of you. Be in the right spirit of enjoying, be in the right spirit of, calling upon the Lord, praying always, because, hey, all these spirits is just sent by Yahweh Hashem try to test you. All these demons are sent to test you. But always be in the spirit of knowing that, hey, our Father in heaven, watch it after us and see how strong we is as a soldier, you know, being champions, as it say, when you go down into the meaning of soldier, being champions in what we do, constantly enduring, constantly holding patient, constantly, communicating amongst the body, fellowshipping, not forsaking the assembly and reaching out to one another, being each other burden, because this is the time we are heading into. We're heading into a time we the earth haven't seen before, and the only power to deliver us is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. So we have to show ourselves, man, worthy of this vocation, that when we get beam up, hopefully being a part of the Lord's elect, you know, he that soweth tears shall reap in joy. So with that, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash, the Lord us to the elders and the apostle of great millstone and rule well. Salutation to Yaki and pushing his truth and sincere to the four corners of the earth, to the few aquatum down learning, be obedient to the husband. The brother Howard once again through the spirit, say shalom, feel your faith, stop your doubts. With that, I'll say until next time.